a discussion about data types concept. Just we started about data types, correct, right? Just we started about the data types concept, right? So now take a bit very special care, sir. In Python there are multiple data types are available. Just we covered only first data type, int data type, sir. Okay, int data type. So do you know, if you want to represent integral values, if you want to represent integral values, then we should go for int type. Integral values are nothing but the values without the decimal point, maybe 1 2 3 4, or otherwise 400, or otherwise 700, something like that. So the numbers without the decimal point, if you want to represent whether that number is a small number or big number, then we should go for what? Int data type. Remember that, sir. Sir, now, sir, do you know, to specify int value, what are various forms are available, right? Sir, you can specify int data type either in decimal form, either in decimal form, or in binary form, or in binary form, or octal form, or octal form, or hexadecimal form. Are you getting hexadecimal form? Okay, like sir, do you know decimal or binary or octal or hexadecimal? Sir, any of these forms you can able to take, no problem at all. Sir, decimal means base 10. Base 10 allowed digits are 0 to 9. Allowed digits are 0 to 9, sir. Sir, it is the default form. I hope you people may aware, sir. X is equal to sorry, x is equal to 1 2 3. Are you getting? X is equal to 1 2 3 itself is nothing but decimal. Sir, binary form means what is the base 2. Sir, what are the allowed digits, sir? 0 and 1. Allowed digits are 0 and 1. Binary form, allowed digits are 0 and 1. So the literal value should prefixed with 0 small b or 0 capital B. Are you getting? 0 small b or 0 capital B, like this, right? So such type of numbers are by default considered binary numbers, right? Okay, sir. Octal form means allowed digits are 0 to 7 only. Regarding allowed digits are 0 to 7 only, right? Sir, now 0 to 7 allowed digits, next literal value should compulsory starts with 0 small o or 0 capital O. Regarding 0 small o or 0 capital O, like this, right? Sir, hexadecimal form, sir, hexadecimal allowed digits are 0 to 9. Allowed digits are 0 to 9, A to, A to F. Are getting A to F? Sir, for this A to F, you can use either lowercase or uppercase, no problem at all, sir. You can take either lowercase or you can take either uppercase, itself is nothing but acceptable. No problem at all, sir. Next, compulsory should prefix with 0 small x or 0 capital X. Again, should prefix with 0 small x or 0 capital X. That's also, this is about hexadecimal. I mean, for the integral type, sir, what are various types are allowed? These are the types are allowed, right? Okay, clear. So now, what is the next thing what I have to discuss? So, being a programmer, you can specify either decimal form, octal form, binary form, or hexadecimal form. But Python is always going to provide the value in decimal form only. Sir, even I covered in the last session that one also, right? Next, sir, suppose I'm taking x is equal to, suppose I'm taking x is equal to 10. I'm taking, sir. If I can take x is equal to 0x face, I'm taking. Assume that. Sir, if I print of x, what the answer by default you are going to get now? If I can take print of x, what the answer by default you are going to get now? Sir, have you remembered, right? 42,000, some 42,206 or something like you are going to get, or 48,206, something like you are going to get, sir. Sir, now my question is, sir, this value is always in which form, sir? Decimal form only. Remember that this value is always in which form? Decimal form only. Are you getting right? So decimal, sir, the decimal form only 64,206, sir. Sorry. So this is the value. It is always going to provide the value in decimal form only. Remember that. Okay. So now my question is, sir, I don't want decimal form. I don't want decimal form. I want a hexadecimal form only. I want a binary form only. I want octal form only. How you can able to do that, sir? Very simple, sir. If you print the hex of x, Are you getting? If you print x of x, then automatically the output by default you are always going to get, sir, in the hexadecimal form only. So from any type to any type, if you want to convert, are getting from one base to another base, if you want to convert, then the type conversion functions are available. Are you getting that? What is this one, sir? Base conversion functions are available, right? Sir, I want from any type to binary, then automatically bin is the function we require to use, right? Sir, you can provide this x value either decimal form or octal form or hexadecimal form. You can provide any form, sir. The result is always sir, is always in binary form. Remember that, sir. Sir, similarly, if you want to convert any type to octal form, then automatically octal of x. Okay, any type to octal value, right? Sir, if you want to convert any type to hexadecimal, x of x. Everyone can able to understand, right? Either decimal or octal or hexadecimal. From any type to any type, if you want to convert, then happily we can go for hexa function, right? So these three functions are available in Python, or Python provide these three inbuilt functions, sir, for base conversions. Everyone can able to understand? Yes. Okay, so what is the binary form, hexadecimal form, octal form, like we covered already in the last session, right? Sir, that's all. This is the information what you people should be aware related to this base conversions and the intertypes, sir. Sir, now let me go for second data type what we have to discuss, right? Float data type. Are you getting? Second type what we have to discuss, float data type, right? Sir, we can use a float data type to represent floating point values. Are getting to represent floating point values, we can use a float data type, right? So floating point values is the numbers with the decimal point. The numbers with the decimal point. Suppose f is equal to 1.234. Regarding 1.234, sir, decimal point is available or not? Yes. So sometimes we may represent normal numbers. We may represent normal numbers without a decimal point. Sometimes we may represent with a decimal point also. If you want to represent number without a decimal point, happily you can go for int data type. If you want to represent a number with a decimal point, then we should go for what? Float data type, right? Okay, remember this one. Sir, one very important point you people should be aware. The people who are coming from Java background are getting that Java background. The people who are coming in Java, we have float and double. Regarding in Java, we have float type is available, double type is available, but here only we have float type, double type is not available. Remember that double type itself is nothing but not there. Any decimal value you have to represent by using, okay, float type only. Remember that, sir. Sir, now let me go for here. Just have a look once, sir. Sir, just I'm taking here. Observe that, sir. I'm taking f or x is equal to 1.234, sir. 1.234, sir. Can you please print what is the type of x? What the type of x? Float type. Are you getting? So in Java by default double type. Here double is not there. Everything is available only one. If it is the floating point number, float type only by default you are going to get. Everyone can able to understand, right? So if you want to represent a number with a decimal point, happily we can go for float type. Clear? Respond. Up to this is the clear? Okay. Now, what is the next point I have to discuss, right? Observe a bit very carefully, sir. What is the next point? What you people should be aware? Sir, we can specify float value. We can specify float value even in exponential form also. Regarding even in exponential form also we can able to provide even in the exponential form also. What is the meaning of exponential form, sir? F is equal to 1.2 E3. Are you getting that? What is this one, sir? 1.2 E3. Somewhere you may heard about this one, exponential form or scientific notation. Somewhere you may use this word. Okay, f is equal to 1.2 E3. You can specify floating point value even in exponential form also. Okay, like Sir, now my question is, what about its value? 1.2 E3. 1.2 E3. What about its value, sir? 1.2 into 10 power 3. Are you getting 1.2 into 10 power 3? 1.2 into 10 power 3 means what? 1000. 10 power 3 means what? 1000. So 1200.0. Are you getting its value is nothing but what? 1200.0. Next, is it compulsory we require to use small e or capital A? Any e you can use, no problem at all, sir. Sir, you can use either small e or capital E, no problem at all. Remember that, sir. Okay. Sir, now have a look once, sir. X is equal to 1.2 E3. I'm taking 1.3 E3. What is the x value? What is the x value, sir? 1200.0. Remember this one, sir. 1200.0. In the exponential form, by default, E is always a 10 power only. Remember that, okay? 1200.0 by default we are going to get, sir. Clear? Yes. Okay. This is the normal way. This one is nothing but exponential form. Sir, can you please tell what is the advantage of representing a number in exponential form? The biggest advantage is memory utilization. Are getting the main advantage of exponential form is we can represent big values in the less memory. Remember that bigger values we can able to store in the less memory. So the advantage is memory utilization by default is going to be improved, sir. Remember 1.2 E303. Are getting E303 something like I'm taking 1.2 into 10 power 303. Can you please assume 12 to 1 2 0 0 0 0 0 and so on. So 300 zeros we are not required to take. Just you can add E303. Okay. So within the lesser space only we can able to represent bigger values. Such type of support is there. Okay. Like now there is one more small point you should aware about this floating point data type, right? What is that point is? Observe a bit very carefully, sir. Sir, inter data type is there. Just now we covered. The value for inter data type, in how many ways we can specify? Anyone can you please tell? The value for inter data type, in how many ways we can specify? 4 ways. 4 ways. Either decimal form, or binary form, or octal form, or hexadecimal form. Are you getting that? Four ways are there, sir. Sir, now my question is, sir, why don't you apply same for float data type also? Float data type also. I want to specify for float data type also how you can able to do that. Float data type also how you can able to do that, sir. Very simple. Are you getting very simple, sir? How you can able to do that, sir? F is equal to 1.234. No problem at all. If I can take F is equal to 0 small o 1.234. Next, F is equal to 0x 1.234. I'm taking, sir. F is equal to 0b 1.1110 something like that. Can you please observe? Can you tell first one is what form? Respond. First one is in which base? Respond, man. Why you are silent? Decimal. Good. Base 10. Decimal base 10. Second one is in which base? Which base? Second one, octal. Because starts with 0. Next, third one, sir. What is this one, sir? Third one, hexadecimal. Are you getting? Fourth one, sir, binary. Remember this one, fourth one, binary. But here, very important point you people should aware. Only first one is valid. Are you getting? Only first one is valid. The remaining 3 things, sir, Python is going to give left and right. Remember that Python will give left and right. The reason for that is floating point data type, floating point values you can represent only in decimal form, octal, hexadecimal, binary. Such type of terminology not applicable. By mistake, if you are trying to specify, immediately syntax error by default you are going to get saying invalid syntax. Clear? Are you getting? Invalid syntax. Only first one is the valid, sir. Okay. 1 minute, have a look once. X is equal to 1.234. perfectly valid. X is equal to 0 O 0 O 1.234. Immediately Python will give left and right. Observe that invalid syntax. Are you getting right? Invalid syntax, because there is no way to specify floating point values in the octal, binary, and so on. Such a type of convention is applicable only for decimal, not only in Python, sir. In all programming languages also. In all programming languages also, this type of rule is there. Okay, because the way of representing floating point value is not fixed, sir. Remember, this one is not fixed. It is varied from platform to platform. In Windows, one type of style. In Unix, one type of style. In Linux, another type of style by default will be there. That's why. So float other bases are not going to be supported by float data type. Remember. So now X is equal to 0B 1.111. I'm taking, sir, invalid syntax. X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. Sir, X 0x 1.234, invalid syntax. Are you getting right? So only possible option to specify value for the float data type is the only possible option to specify value for float data type is, anyone can you please tell, sir? Decimal base 10. By mistake, if you are using any other, immediately error by default you are going to get, sir. That's all. So this is about float data type, right? Only 2 points, right? Only 2 points. Sir, the number with a decimal point is called a floating point number. Next, you can specify floating point number either decimal form or you have exponential form is there. But binary, octal, hexadecimal, such type of conventions are not applicable. Okay, that's all, sir. This is about float data type. Can I go to the next level? Yes, man. Clear, right, up to this? Now, let me go for complex data type. Are you getting? Sir, take a bit very special care. In C language, I don't think you learned in the C language, or even in the case of sir, Java also, this type of data is not there, sir. Do you know in the mathematics, complex numbers, somewhere you may have in the general mathematics, intermediate mathematics, somewhere you may have complex numbers like, sir, what is the format? Yes, what is the format of complex data type? A complex number is of the form a plus bj. Remember that a plus bj. Okay, here something like 3 plus 5j. Are you getting something like 3 plus 5j? Remember, sir. Now my question is, this a is called real part. This a is called real part. This b is called, sir, a is called what? Real part. B is called imaginary part. Are you getting? B is called imaginary part. Next, sir, this j. Do you know this j? Is j the fixed symbol or any other symbol can I use? J is fixed symbol or any other symbol can I use? Sir, make sure it should be j only. By mistake, if you are using any other, again syntax error, right? Remember. Next, j square is equal to minus 1. Remember, our j is equal to square root of minus 1. Sir, what is the value of j square? Its value is nothing but minus 1. J is equal to square root of minus 1. Okay, sir, this is about complex data type. Remember that, sir? But anyway, if you want to develop mathematics based application, then automatically this data type is required. But in general, sir, very rare to use such type of data type, sir. But anyway, in Python, we have such an inbuilt data type, sir, to represent complex values also. Remember that. So now let me go for a is equal to 10 plus 20j. 10 plus 20j. I'm taking, sir. Sir, can you please print a? Can you please print a is nothing but 10 plus 20j. Remember that. Okay. So it is a complex number. What is the type of a, sir? What is the type of a? If I can take type of a, sir, what is the type, sir? Anyone can you please tell? Complex type. Type of a is what type? Complex type. It is a complex number, man. This total thing is what? Complex number. It is not int type. Observe that. Sir, yes, yes, Sanket. Yes. So do you know here where we have this type of numbers? Do you know where we are going to have to develop mathematics based applications? Do you know, right? Mathematics based application you can able to use complex type. Okay, but general applications, either web applications or normal desktop application, very rare we are going to use. Okay, like, sir, I want to develop write a Python program to develop scientific calculator. So where we may require to perform complex number operations also, then automatically compulsory we should go for, sir, this data type only. Remember that. Okay, so this is what is the way how to represent a plus bj, like this, right? Next one after that, sir, what is the type and so on. Suppose a is equal to 10 plus 20. Sir, is the j, is it fixed, or can I take any other? Can I take any other? I want to take. What the answer? What is the I want to take. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Yes, man. Yes, is it valid or invalid? So this one is perfectly invalid. Perfectly invalid. Remember this one, sir. Perfectly invalid. Immediately error by default you are going to get. Are you getting? So syntax error, invalid syntax. J, the result, the symbol is always fixed symbol only for complex numbers. Remember that, sir. Next. Yes, Bharat, observe the remaining, that point. I'm coming to that point only. Sir, here in the complex number, sir, how many parts are available? Two parts. What is this one? A means what? Respond, man. A means what? A means what? Real part. B means what? Imaginary part. Okay, sir, in both the places, real part and imaginary part, you can take decimal value you can take, floating point values you can take, no problem at all, sir. So don't feel it is all well, a is always int value, b is always float value. No, sir. In both the places you can take either decimal value or floating point value. If a is the decimal value, assume, sir, int value. If a is the int value, you can use either, sir, do you know, decimal or otherwise binary or octal or hexadecimal. So a can be represented, sir, in any of the base if it is the int type. Sir, a is float type, then automatically no alternative at all. It should be decimal only. Okay, like this, you people should aware, sir. So in the real part, if we use int value, then we can specify that value either by decimal or octal or binary or hexadecimal. No problem at all, sir. But imaginary part should be specified only by using decimal form only. Remember that. Okay, imaginary part should be specified only by using decimal part only. Sir, can you please tell 10 plus 20j valid or not? 10 plus 20j valid or not? Valid. Sir, 0b10 plus 20j valid or not? Yes, perfectly the valid, sir. No problem at all. Sir, 0o10 plus 20j, is it valid or not? Yes, it is also valid. No problem at all. So 0b10, 0o10, sir, itself is the valid, because if you want to specify decimal value, I mean int value in the real part, then that int value you can use either octal or binary or hexadecimal or decimal. No problem at all, sir. Okay, but 10.5 plus 20.6j valid or not? Hey, Amit, observe that. Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? What is the problem? Here, take a bit special care. Sir, observe carefully. You are missing my point. Observe that. Sir, here a plus b is there. A plus b, j. A can be, A is real part, B is imaginary part. For A, you can take either decimal or float. No problem, either int value or float. If it is the int, then you can take either decimal or octal or binary or hexadecimal, no problem at all. But A is the float, then obviously you should take decimal only. Okay, well. Sir, B, whether it is int type or whether it is float type, you should take only in the decimal form, base 10 form only. For this B, binary, octal, hexadecimal, such type of things are not allowed. But for A, you can take in any form, no problem at all, sir. Okay, sir, where is the proof for that? Now observe that. Now observe. Can you please tell? 10 plus 20j. Is it valid or not? Array 10 plus 20j. Just I'm printing. Oh, can you please print 10 plus 20j? Valid or not? Valid. Sir, 10.5 plus 20.6j. Valid or not? Valid or not? Valid or not? Raghavendra, Bharat, observe that. What problem? Am I doing any mistake? Am I doing any mistake? The people who are telling invalid. There are some people who are telling invalid. Am I doing any mistake? No mistake. No mistake. Perfectly it is valid. Perfectly it is valid because here you can take either float value or double value. I mean, you can take either int value or float value. Int value or float value. No problem at all, sir. No restriction. Sir, perfectly it is valid. Valid, right? Now I'm taking here, take a bit very special case, sir. 0B11 plus 20j. Can you please tell, is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Yes, perfectly valid. No problem. 0B11, it is considered as a 3 plus 20j. Sir, 3 plus 0B, sir, 0B11 j I'm taking. What is the answer? 3 plus 0B11 j I'm taking. Can you spell out what is the answer by default you are going to get? Is it valid or invalid? 100% pakka invalid. Pakka invalid. Sir, Python will give left and right. Hey, imaginary part, binary, octal, hexadecimal, such type of things are not allowed. Not allowed. Invalid syntax. Clear, right? Sir, 1 minute. Let me repeat the rule. Don't get the confusion, right? Sir, here A plus bj. Are you getting my syntax? Is A plus bj, sir. A plus bj. Sir, this A can be either int or float. Sir, B can be either int or float. No problem at all. Sir, int values are allowed, float values are allowed. Sir, if A is int type, if A is int type, then you can use decimal or octal or binary or hexadecimal. No problem at all, sir. Sir, if B whether it is the int type or float type, sir, the only allowed style is always decimal only. If you are trying to use binary, octal, hexadecimal, invalid, syntax error by default you will get. That's all. This is the rules what you people should be aware about, sir, these complex numbers, right? Clear? So real part can be, real part can be, sir, either decimal, I mean int value or float value. Next, imaginary part can be either int value or float value, sir. But in the case of real part, if the int, you can use any base, no problem at all. Okay, that's all. Clear? Next, negative values also you can take, Vishnu, no problem at all. Float type, negative values also you can able to take, no issue at all, acceptable. Okay, acceptable, right? This is about invalid syntax, like we cover. So now here take a bit very special case, sir. I'm taking last point, 10 plus 0x123 j I'm taking. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Array, respond, each and every person. I don't want to repeat again. What's the answer? Is it valid or invalid? 100% pakka this is invalid. What's the reason? You know, sir, in the imaginary part, you should not take sir, binary or hexadecimal or octal. You have to take only decimal only. Okay, that's all. Next, even we can perform operations on complex type variables also, sir. something like arithmetic operation, plus operation, minus operation, like happily we are allowed, sir, for the these complex numbers also. Sir, just have a look once, sir. I'm taking a is equal to 10 plus 20j. A is equal to 10 plus 20j. B is equal to 20 plus 30j. I'm taking. Regarding A plus B, A like this I'm taking, sir. Now, can you please tell A plus B? Is it valid or not? Valid. What the answer by default you are going to get? Andakishore, we will discuss. What the output by default you are going to get? 10 plus 20, 30. 10 plus 20, 30. 20 plus 30, 50. 50. 10 plus 50j or 30. 30 plus 50j by default we are going to get. So, next A minus B. A minus B. Can you please observe? Minus 10, minus 10j by default we are going to get, sir. So we can able to apply, no problem. We can able to apply plus, minus, these kind of operations also on the complex numbers, right? Next, complex data type has inbuilt attributes. Inbuilt attributes are there to get what is the real value, what is the real value, and what is the complex value, just an imaginary part. Sir, I want to know a complex number. What is your real part? What is your real part? Or what is the complex? What is the complex imaginary part? Like I want. Then how you can ask, sir? Assume that C is equal to 10 plus 20j. Now, if you ask C dot real, immediately it's going to tell that what the answers are 10. If you can ask C dot, can you please tell what? Image. C dot imaginary. If you can ask C dot imaginary, then automatically what is the value by default we are going to get, sir? 20. 20 by default we will get. Sir, if you want, have a look once. C is equal to 10 plus 20j. C dot real. What is the real value? 10.0. C dot imaginary. Then automatically 20.0. I hope you can able to understand, right? So internally, real and imaginary is going to consider, sir, float type. That's why 10.0 and 20.0 by default we are going to get, sir. Next, we can use a complex type generally in scientific application and electrical engineering applications. If you want to develop electrical engineering applications, like we are going to use this complex data type, right? Okay. Next, this real and imaginary always going to return float values. Remember, these properties always going to return float values. Even you provided, sir, decimal type, but it's always going to return like this, right? Clear? Next, sir, there is some. Can I perform multiplication operation between two numbers or not? A into B. Can you please observe? Yes, man. Sanket. Multiplication operation possible or not? Division operation, yes, possible, no problem at all. So plus, minus, multiplication, division, all arithmetic operation are allowed. All arithmetic operation are allowed, no problem at all, sir. Valid. Okay, like, sir, now where you can use, yes, modulo is also. Let me consider. Let me consider. Have you observed that? Count mod complex numbers. Observe that count mod complex numbers. Just observe. Sir, take a bit very special care. Invalid. Regarding mod operation you can't apply, but division operation you can apply. Next, and after that, what? Multiplication operator. General arithmetic operations you can apply, except modulo operator. Okay, like. Next, there is one more. Here this is. Next, one student is asking the doubt, sir. Sir, what is his doubt is, I'm taking A is equal to 10 plus 20j. These are 10. You can use either decimal, binary, octal, hexadecimal. These are 20. You can use only in decimal form. Suppose, can I take exponential form or not? Suppose 1.2 E3, 1.2 E3. I'm taking E3j, and here also 1.2, sir, E4, like this I'm taking, sir. Can you please observe? Is it valid or not? Just observe here. A is equal to 1.4 E3 plus 1.2 E4j. Have you observed? Perfectly, it is the value. 1.4 E3. Sir, what about its value, sir? 1400. 1.2 e power 4 is nothing but 12,000. 12,000 is going to take. But internally, whenever we are trying to ask what is the real value, what is the imaginary value, definitely it's going to return. Definitely it's going to return, sir, float type only. Are you getting? A dot imaginary. Okay, like 12,000 like this, right? Clear? Okay, are you seeing, sir? Python contain complex data type also. There is very specific area where we are going to use this complex data type to develop, okay, electrical engineering applications. Next, and after that, to develop scientific application, happily we can use complex data type. Clear up to this? Sir, very fortunate, this type of support is not there. This type of support is not there in Java language, in C language, like most of the languages are not. So some people may ask, sir, in the data analytics, in the data science, why Python is the preferred, why Python itself is the preferred language when compared with other languages? This type of n number of rules, n number of facilities are there in the Python, man. Remember, next up, for every operation, module, libraries are available. Libraries are available, but such type of facility may not available in other languages, right? Clear? Okay, sir, what is the next data type? Sir, up to this, how many data types we covered? Respond. How many data types we covered, sir? 3. What is the first one? What is the first one? Int we covered, float we covered, next one after that, complex we covered. Three data types we discussed, right? Next, fourth one, sir, bool data type. Are you getting? Bool data type, right? Sir, we can use this data type to represent Boolean values like yes or no, or true or false, like sir, like this one, sir. Make sure the only allowed values for the Boolean data type are true, and false. Observe, the only allowed values, for okay, this Boolean data type are true and false. Are you getting that? Internally, Python is going to represent true as 1 and false as 0. Remember that, sir. Internally, at memory level, Boolean values will be represented as 1 and 0. But explicitly, if you want to specify, the only possible allowed values for the Boolean are true or false only. But here, is it compulsory, capital? I respond. Is it compulsory, capital? Yes. Is it compulsory, capital? Yes. So here, but in Java language, do you know, true and false, sir, should be in lower case. But here there is a small difference there. You should aware. Sir, now observe that B is equal to true. I'm taking B is equal to true. I'm taking. Now, what is the type of B? What the type of B? Bool type. Are you getting what the type of B, sir? Bool type, sir. Similarly, B is equal to false. I'm taking B is equal to false. If you can take type of B, yes, obviously false. Okay, like Boolean data type, right? So the only allowed values for Boolean data type are Boolean data type are true or false. Okay, that's all. Bool and Boolean both are the same, no problem at all. While representing bool, but while pronouncing, we can use the word Boolean. Remember, both the things are same thing only. Just while pronouncing, we will use full word. Next, internally, sir, this true and false represented as 1 and 0. Correct, right? True means 1 and 0 means false means 0, right? Now have a look once, sir. If I consider, sir, A is equal to 10, I'm taking. B is equal to 20, I'm taking. C is equal to A less than B. If you print the type of C, what is the value? Yes. What is the value? Type of C. What is the bool type, right? Now, sir, here just observe that is it allowed or not? Yes, why not, man? A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, 209 came, no problem at all. C is equal to A less than B. Yes. Sir, what is the value of C? True is the answer. What is the type of C? Itself is the Boolean type, right? Sir, now next one. Sir, take a bit very special care. I'm taking true plus a true. What the answer? Array true plus a true. What the answer? Good. Okay. Internally, true means 1. 1 plus 1, the output is always a 2, sir. Remember that. If you consider true plus a false, the answer is 1. Sir, arithmetic operator, internally, the corresponding int values will be considered. Sir. Okay? Like, what is the output by default? We are going to get 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2. 2, like, sir, it is the normal arithmetic operation. It is not binary. Normal arithmetic operation, sir. True plus a true. Are you getting? True plus a true. What about its value, sir? 2 is the value. 2 itself is the value. Sir, now true, false. True plus a false. Then automatically 1 itself is the answer. Okay? So internally, Boolean values will be represented in the memory in the form of 1 and a 0. 1 means true, 0 means false. Okay? If you are using in the wherever numbers are required, in that place, if you are using Boolean, then the corresponding 0 and 1 will be considered. Okay? Arithmetic operation, it is always expecting numbers. It's always expecting numbers, right? Okay? But you provided Boolean values, then the corresponding numbers by default will be considered. Okay, clear, right? That's all. So beyond that, nothing is there to discuss about Boolean data type, right? So next, what is the next one we have to talk? STR type. Okay, STR type. What is the meaning of STR type, sir? What is the meaning of STR? String. Regarding just while writing STR, but while pronouncing, we can use the word string types are. Now I have small doubts. How you can represent string value? How you can represent string value in Python, sir? Okay, sir, make sure in other languages we can represent string value by using double quotes. Remember that in other type, in other languages like Java, string value means a sequence of characters within double quotes. Suppose if I can take like this, a character within single quote is always going to consider as char type. But in Python, no char data type. Remember that we have only str. Even it is also by default str type only. That's why we can represent string data type. Either within single quotes or within double quotes. Regarding within double quotes. But which one is the recommended, sir? Highly recommended to use single quotes. It is the convention, internal convention. But if you want, you can use double quotes also. No problem at all, sir. Now, observe x is equal to Durga. Like I'm taking, sir. Sir, now type of x, STR type. Regarding type of x, STR type. X is equal to Durga. Like this I'm taking. What is the type of x? Itself is nothing but str, sir. Have you observed? Class str, type of x itself is nothing but str type only. Remember, either double quotes or single quotes, no problem at all. It's always going to treat as it's always going to treat itself as say this string type only. Remember that, sir. Next, there is one more point you people should aware, sir. In Python, we can use within triple quotes also. Are getting double quotes, triple quotes also allowed. Those triple quotes, either single quote or double quotes. Something like, sir, this is, observe that, this is a string. Because I'm taking within double quotes. Sir, I can take within single quote also. I can take within single quote also, no problem at all. Sir, I can take within single quote, Sir, single quote, single quote, single quote. Oh, triple quotes, triple quotes. I can take within, yes, triple double quotes also. Are you getting right? Triple double quotes also. Sir, all these are various ways to specify string literal. Are you getting? So usually it is the commonly followed approach, right? It's always commonly followed approach, because the reason is, if you observe x is equal to Durga, Durga. Which approach I follow? Double quotes. I'm using which quotes, right? Can you please observe? Which quotes I'm using? Double quotes. Double quotes. If I print x, output is always going to come in which quotes, sir? Single quotes. That's why Python always allows single quotes, but not double quotes. Even double quotes are allowed, but recommended to use a single quotes only in the case of string. Remember that, sir. One thing. Next, sir, when we require to go for triple quotes, in very special case we require to use triple quotes, sir. Where to define, okay, multi-line string literals. Are you getting to define multi-line string literals? Sir, if you want to do that, then we should go for this approach, right? Then immediately you may ask, sir, what is the meaning of multi-line string literal? Okay, have a look once, sir. Sir, I'm taking test.py. Assume I'm taking test.py. Here, x is equal to single quote or otherwise double quote, Durga, and then soft, like this I'm taking print of x. Observe that, print of x. Can you please tell, here this Durga soft I'm taking in two lines, which is nothing but multi-line string literal. Sir, in your program, if anywhere multi-line string literals are required, then compulsory we require to use a triple quote symbol. If you are using either single quotes or double quotes, immediately error we are going to get, sir. Observe a bit very carefully, sir. Exit Python prompt, okay, py test.py. Are you getting? Sir, syntax error, EOL, end of line, while scanning string literal. Okay, like, sir, now same thing I'm taking, single quote. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Yes? Is it valid or invalid? Single quote, invalid. Either single quote or double quote is always invalid, right? Then how you can? Sir, better to take, sir, triple, okay? Triple quotes. Am I taking, sir, now which thing I'm taking, sir? Triple quote. Then perfectly this one is the valid. While printing also, have you observed that Durga soft? Perfectly it's going to be valid. Sir, need not be single triple quotes, sir. Sir, you can take even double quotes also 3 times. Triple double quotes, right? Yes, valid, no issue at all. So, if you want to define multi-line string literals, okay, very rare we are going to use, don't worry, sir. Multi-line string literals, then happily we can go for, yes, sir, this type of approach itself is acceptable. Okay, like, sir, now I have another small important point. Legend, this one, sir. There is another place where you can use a triple quotes. Regarding double quotes and a single quotes is to define string literal, we can use, sir, no problem at all. Sir, S is equal to Durga, or otherwise subject is equal to Python. Like, you can use a single quote or double quote, no problem at all, sir. But where you can use a triple quote symbol, we can use a triple quote symbols to define multi-line string literals. Are getting multi-line string literals? You know one approach, right? Sir, where there is another place is there, happily you can go for triple quote symbol. Where, sir? Where? Suppose my requirement is, okay, the sir, here the Python course is very easy. Are you getting? Very easy. I want to print, sir. The Python course is very easy. I want to print. Sir, have you observed? This is the format what I want to output, sir. In this format, I'm expecting output. So in my string literal, have you observed single quotes I'm using? Single quotes also I want in the output. Then what you can do is observe that. Sir, Python course, okay, by okay, here by just Durga, yes, here just observe that. What I will take is just let me take up to this. Sir, I want to print this one. What is the way, sir? What is the way? Very simple, sir. Very simple. If you want to print like this, better to enclose within double quotes. Regarding better to enclose within double quotes. Within double quotes itself is acceptable. Now have a look once, sir. So here within double quotes you can take, no problem at all, sir. So here the Python, here just I'm taking the Python course is very easy. Print of x, valid. Are you seeing quote symbol, right? Okay. By mistake, instead of double quotes, if I'm taking single quote, then have you observed here single quote closed, here single quote closed, then this one will become alone, then maybe a chance of problem. Okay, if you want to use a single quote as a symbol, then compulsory we should require to enclose within double quotes. Can you please observe? Oi, you people are following? Respond. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, here just observe. Sir, in my string literal, if you want to use a single quote symbols, then how you can enclose within double quotes, no problem at all. Okay, now my requirement is I want to use double quote symbols in my string. Are you getting? Double quote symbols in my string. Then how you can handle this one? Please respond. How you can handle this one? We have to enclose within single quotes. Within single quote, no problem. Here single quote and single quote. Yes, acceptable. Okay, acceptable, no issue at all, right? Now have a look one single quote, Python, like I'm taking. If you observe the output, in the output you can able to see double quotes, no problem at all. Now a bit dangerous. Okay, now my question is the Python course, okay, here by Durga sir, is very easy. Okay, like I want to provide. Now I want a single quote here. I want single quotes Python course. Next, Durga within double quotes. Are you getting that? So my string literal contain single quotes and double quote symbol. Then how you can handle? Are you getting? Sir, I want in the output single quotes I want, double quotes also I want. Then how you can handle? Are you able to understand, right? Sir, can I enclose within single quote? Can I enclose within single quotes? No. Can I enclose within double quotes? No. Then in your string literal, if you want to use a single quote or double quote as a symbol, then we have to enclose within triple quotes. Are you getting? Triple double quotes or triple single quotes, no problem at all. Itself is acceptable. Observe that. Okay, sir. This is the use of triple single quote and triple double quotes, right? Now have a look once. The Python course by Durga is very easy. Clear for all, right? So triple quote symbols we can use for two purposes. One purpose is to define multi-line string literals. Second one, sir, to use a single quotes and double quotes as symbols in our string literal. Then better to go for triple quotes. Clear? Yes. Any explanation is required? That's all this is about. How you can able to represent string literal. Okay, so single quote, double quote, triple quotes story is like this, right? Okay, next there is one very important concept I want to discuss for you people, right? Okay, so slice operator. Are you getting? Very important, sir. Slice operator. Okay, so minimum. So in our Python programmer life, every day at least one time we require to use this slicing, man. Compulsory, you should aware clearly. In the last batches we did postmortem like anything, especially this operator, right? Slice operator, you people should aware, sir. But anyway, I'm not going to discuss get this stage in detail, because after completing these data types, again we are going to discuss a string concept in detail. Okay, at that time I will add this slice operator in detail, but try to get basic idea about the string literal, right? Remember, I mean slice operator, right? Sir, very simple. What is the meaning of slice? What is the meaning of slice means one piece. Are you getting? So I have one fruit is there. Can you please cut into pieces? Then I want one slice. I want one slice. One slice means one piece. One piece is by default considered as slice operator, right? So now assume that I have S is equal to Durga is there. Durga soft or Durga is there, sir. Assume that S is equal to Durga is there. Now, do you know internally how this Durga is going to be represented? Remember that, sir. So D U, next and after that R, next G A. Okay, like just D U R G A. Observe a bit very carefully, sir. D-U-R-G-A. Okay. Now, what is the index? Sir, string is always index based. What is the index of D? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, sir. Okay, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sir, do you know Python provides support for negative index also? Sir, Python provides support both the positive and negative indexes, right? Remember, these ones are both positive and negative indexes, right? Sir, positive index means forward direction. Positive index means forward direction. Negative index means backward direction. Sir, -1, -1, -2, -3. Next and after that -4. Next and after that -5. Are you getting? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, like we are going to get, sir. Sir, now observe that I want sir only this piece. I want only this piece is nothing but this slice I want. How you can able to do that? S of starts from 1 colon. S of 1 colon. Sir, 1, 2, 3 from 1 index to sir 3. Sir, slice is always going to take n minus 1. N minus 1 means 3. Okay, 1. So 1 to n minus 1. N minus 1 means 3. So if you can take S of 1 comma 4, now by default you are going to get. Remember that, sir. Sir, what is the value, sir? 1, 4. Like you are going to take. Now the syntax is, sir, from this diagram just aware, sir. So Python supports both positive and negative indexes. Positive index means sir, forward direction. Negative index means backward direction. Remember, okay, sir. Here my requirement is have a look once, sir. S is equal to Durga I'm taking. S is equal to Durga I'm taking, sir. Sir, S of 0. Can you please tell which character? S of 0. S of 0. Which one we are going to get now? S of 0 is D. Sir, S of -1. S of -1. What's the answer, sir? -1 means from, sir, right to left. Then A. Correct or not? Sir, S of -2. What is the answer? S of minus 2, minus 2. What the answer, sir, we are going to get? So last but one G. Are you getting G? By default, we are going to get. Okay, like, sir, now I want to use slice operator. How you can able to do that? S of 1 to 4. S of 1 to 4. 1 to 1 to 4, sir. Remember that. So 1 to 4 means 1 to 4 means from 1 to 3 we have to take begin to end minus 1. Remember this one, sir. So S of begin index colon end index. Okay, begin index colon end index. Sir, I'm not talking completely slice operator, just basic idea. So then it is going to return from begin index to end minus 1 index. Begin index to n minus 1 index. Then 1 to 4. 1 to 4 means 1, 2, 3. U R G by default we are going to get. Can you please observe? U R G by default we are going to get, sir. Suppose I'm taking, legend this one, sir. Suppose I'm taking S of, sir, 4 I'm taking. S of 4 I'm taking. Sir, I'm not specifying begin index. If I'm not specifying begin index, by default, it's always going to take from the beginning, from 0. Default value for the begin itself is nothing but 0, 0, sir. That's why from beginning to n minus 1. Beginning to n minus 1. Can you please guide, sir? Okay, like, what the answer? DURG. Correct or not? From begin to like n minus 1. Sir, suppose I'm taking 1 like this. 1 like this I'm taking. Can you please tell what the meaning of this one? I'm not specifying end. I'm not specifying end. If you are not specifying end of the string, sir, then, sir, from 1 index to end of the string. 1 index to end of the string. Sir, what the answer? URGA. Are you getting? URGA, like we are going to get. Suppose if I can take colon, that's all. Array, begin you didn't specify, end also you didn't specify, then what you are going to get now? Default value from begin, default value for end is nothing but end. The answer, begin to end, complete thing by default we are going to get. Clear? Any explanation is required? Full string by default we are going to get, sir. Okay, that's all. Now this syntax itself is nothing but slice operator. Are you getting right? So from this Durga, I'm taking one piece by using which operators are? Slice operator. How many arguments are there for slice operator? Hey, respond, man. Why you are silent? How many arguments are there for slice operator? Two arguments. What is the first argument? Begin. What is the next argument? End. Begin. Second argument is end. What is the default value for begin? What is the default value for begin? 0. What is the default value for end? Last. End of the string. End of the string is right. For the default value for last is nothing but end of the end of the string. Next, take a bit very special care, sir. Python provides support for both the positive and the negative indexes. Positive index means, positive index means forward direction. Negative index means backward direction. Negative index means backward direction, right? Okay, like, sir, up to this knowledge is more enough. But in the future, we are going to discuss one more thing: begin, end, and step. What is this one, sir? Begin, end, and step. Step means how much increment you want. Are you getting? How much increment you want, sir? Can you please consider first one? Okay, here say this one, sir. If you are not specifying anything, default value is 1. Default value is 1. If you are not specifying anything, default value is 1. So it is going to consider first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and so on, right? Increment like we are going to get. Don't worry about that. Sir, string separate concept is there we are going to perform postmortem. But as of now, remember, step is nothing but how much increment you want. Very simple, sir. Very simple. Yes, sir, I'm not talking in detail because in the future we are going to discuss. Sir, colon 1 I'm taking. Sir, what is the meaning of this one? S is equal to Durga, right? colon 1, or otherwise S is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, L, M, N, like this I took, sir. Now S of colon 1. What is the meaning of this one here? Hey, starts from begin to end. Starts from begin to end. Consider always and every time increment by 1. So first time 0, next increment by 1, increment by 1, increment by 1. Like the answer by default you are going to get, sir. Total thing. Suppose S of colon 2 I'm taking. So every time, can you please increment by 2? Can you please increment by 2? First A, and then jump 2 locations. Jump, sir, here. Next, after A, C is going to come. Next, jump step 2 means like this. Jump step 2 means G. Like, can you please tell what is the answer by default you are going to get now? Ayo, what the answer by default you are going to get now? Every time increment by 2. A, C, E, G, okay, I, something like that. Can you please observe? Is it the same thing or not? Array, is it the same thing or not? Yes. Okay, make sure, sir. That is what, how much increment you want. That thing is by default considered yes. That thing by default considered yes. Search step value. Okay, my intention is not, I don't want to create confusion. Just aware. That's all up to this. Clear? Sir, total, how many arguments are there? Array, total, how many arguments are there? 3 arguments. 3 arguments, not 2. 3 arguments. What is the first argument? Begin. What is the second argument? End. What is the third argument? Step. Sir, this operator is called? This operator is called? Array, what is the name of this operator? Slice operator, right? Okay. Next, what is the step value we are taking? We took 1. Are you getting step value? What I took, sir? 1. Sir, step value positive means forward direction. Are you getting? Positive means forward direction. Step value 1 means forward direction. Step value minus means backward direction. Okay, remember, sir, remember, just only, this is the only one line I want to use. Sir, if you are taking step value negative, then it's always talks about reverse direction, right? Sir, S of colon minus 1. Colon minus 1. Minus 1 means decrement, right? So from reverse is going to come in the picture. Can you please observe? Is the reverse or not? Very important question for the interviewer. By using slice operator, how you can reverse the string? Very simple, sir. Minus 1 you have to specify. If you can take minus 1, then automatically reverse is going to be happen. Sir, have you observed? Sir, a bit confusion. We are not getting that much clearly. Okay, we are not getting that much clearly. A bit confusion. Thoda samajh ho gaya. Like you are feeling. Correct, right? Respond, man. Correct, right? Okay, thoda samajh. Okay, samajh ho gaya. Like you are feeling. Okay, remember that, sir. Here, there is one concept named with the string concept. There we are going to perform post-mortem. Up to that, just aware. Okay, beyond that, nothing, sir. There we are going to perform post-mortem, sir. By just I want to show the taste. That's all. Are you getting the taste? Oh, in Python, slice operator is there, which is going to take 3 arguments. That's all. Don't corrupt your mind. Okay, that's all. My intention is terminology you have to get. Up to this is the clear? Clear, right? So keep that thoda up to that only. But when pora when you will get a complete thing, when you are going to get, sir, okay, in the string concept we are going to discuss again in detail with multiple examples. Don't worry, sir. Just there is one concept named with the slice operator. That's all. Up to that is more enough, sir. Okay, as of now. So we are not going to perform postmortem. If I will spend a year only, then what about remaining data types, sir? Overview. Let me talk. Clear up to this? So now I have one quick question. Python supports both positive and negative indexes. Correct or not? Both positive and negative indexes. Positive index means forward direction. Negative index means negative index means backward direction. That's all. 2 things you should aware. Okay. So now Now, in the case of string, in the case of string, sir, string, there is one point you should aware. Sir, for the string, you can apply arithmetic operators also. I mean plus operator also. Suppose Durga plus soft, like this I'm taking. Can you tell, is it valid or not? S is equal to Durga soft I'm taking. Is it valid or not? Valid, valid. Even in Java also it is valid, right? Even in Java also it is valid, right? Yes, it is a valid. Plus operator you can apply between two strings, then it's simply acts as okay concatenation. Durga soft, right? Sir, now I'm taking two plus a soft. Is it valid or not? Please respond. The people who are coming from Java. The people who are coming from Java, can you please respond? Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? The people who are coming from Java, in Java, this one is perfectly valid, sir. Okay, this one is perfectly valid. At least one argument is the string, automatically concatenation only, two soft like it's going to come. But in Python, this one is nothing but invalid. Python itself is nothing but invalid. But in Java, it is a valid, sir. In Python, if you want to use plus operator between strings, compulsory both arguments should be string type only. One is number, the other one is the string. Sir, Python is not going to be accepted. Have a look once. Sir, Durga soft, like this I'm taking. Yes, both are string only. Yes, Durga soft is the answer. Perfect. 2 plus sir, 2 plus soft I'm taking. 2 plus soft I'm taking. Sorry, Python is going to give left and right. Observe that. Type error, unsupported operand. Type error, unsupported operand types for plus int and str, like. So plus operator for the string, is it applicable or not? Yes, why not? Perfectly it is applicable, but make sure whenever we are using plus operator between strings, compulsory both the strings, both the arguments should be string type only. One is string, the other one is the number type. So no, it is not allowed. Okay, like. Sir, anyway, it is at least somewhat nearby Java. But next one, take a bit very special case, sir. S is equal to 2 into S is equal to 2 into Durga I'm taking. Observe that S is equal to 2 into Durga I'm taking. Can you please tell valid or not? Valid or not? Sanket, can you please observe, is it valid or not? Remember, yes, this type of facility not available in other languages. But 100% pakka it is valid. This is called multiplication operator. Hey, please consider Durga 2 times. Please consider Durga 2 times. Like it's going to work, man. Perfectly it is valid. Multiplication operator, man. Multiplication operator. Here 2 into Durga. Are getting 2 into Durga. Are getting itself is the valid. Durga itself is the valid. Sir, if you want Durga into 3, yes, Durga is going to consider 3 times, no problem at all. 3 times Durga, like. Are getting? This thing is nothing but okay, repetition operator. String repetition operator. But whenever we are using string repetition operator, compulsory one argument should be string type, second argument should be int type. Remember that, sir. To order is not important. Either you can take first number and then string, or first string and then number, but make sure one thing should be int type, the other one should be string type. By mistake both are strings, it is invalid. Suppose I'm taking Durga, next and after that star, under there SOFT. Is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Observe that. Type error. Can't multiply a sequence by non-int type of str. Remember that, sir. So plus and the star, these operator we can apply for string type. What is the first one, sir? Plus operator. Second one, sir? Star operator. These are things happily we can apply for string type, no problem at all. So if you want to apply plus operator for the string, both arguments should be string type only. If you want to apply star operator for the string, one argument should be string type, the other argument should be okay int type. Remember that. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, sir, that's all. This is about what is the this is about what you people should aware clearly, right? Okay, that's all, sir. So just I'm stopping the session. In the next session, in the next class, we are going to meet. Don't worry about that. Okay, sir. Sanket, there are some people are feeling, sir, Python, it seems too good, sir. There are multiple facilities are there, sir, in Python. How many people are feeling such type of feeling now? Not by saying just one or two, up to this almost 4 classes or 5 classes we completed. Yes, anyone got at least one time that feeling? Anyone got at least one time that feeling? Yes. Eh? Yes, man. Anyone at least one time that feeling? Okay, make sure, sir, make sure not only these 5 classes, throughout the Python, every day at least one time you are going to get that feeling, man. If you really enjoy Python sessions, definitely every day you are going to get such a type of feeling, man. Remember that even in the last batches also I used one word. If a Python is really a girl without asking anything, I will marry that girl, man. Huh? Without asking anything, I will marry the girl. Okay, so such type of cuteness, beautiness is there with the Python, man. Python is just like my girlfriend, man. Really, I like anything. Okay. Yeah, like really, man. So definitely believe me, every day you are going to feel at least one time such a type of feeling. Hey, such a type of wonderful language, why we are missing? Are this much easiness, sir? Definitely you people are going to get that wow feeling every day, sir. Okay, believe me. That's all, sir. Just I'm stopping the session. Okay, when we will meet again?